All right, these are the visuals on your screen of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Tamil Nadu today, again in Tamil Nadu in fact. PM Modi, remember, today is going to be at Rameshwaram, and what a moment this is at this point. He's visited the temples in the past few days, whether it's Nashik, Tamil Nadu or Kerala. He also took a holy dip in Rameshwaram ahead of offering prayers. We'll go across to our correspondent in just a short while. But he's followed not only 11-day Anushtan consistently, but also following all possible rituals. Shilpa, we see him at the Dhanush Kodi, which has extreme significance as per Ramayana. And at this point, of course, the visuals on our screen at the beach with the flowers that he's putting at the beach. This is the point, if I'm correct, Shilpa, isn't it, in Dhanush Kodi in Rameshwaram, from where Lord Ram, in search of Ma Sita with his army, had started to build the bridge to cross over, then to head toward Lanka to rescue her. And what a moment that Prime Minister Modi is here exactly at that spot.
Well, that's absolutely right, Pooja. In fact, it's quite fascinating to see how the Prime Minister has chosen to visit these places which have so much of significance in terms of its connection, cultural and historical and mythological connection to Ayodhya. And yesterday, of course, he started his visit in Tamil Nadu with offering prayers at the Sri Swami temple in Shri. Then he came to Ramanatha Swami temple in Rameshwaram. And currently, he's at Dhanush Kodi. This is a point which is called as Aditya Mune. And Aditya Mune, it is believed that the Ram Setu bridge, which Lord Ram and his army used to cross over to Lanka to fight Ravana, this Ram Setu, the construction of it started from this particular point. That is the belief. And also, Aditya Mune is also a confluence point of the Bay of Bengal and the Gulf of Mannar Indian Ocean. So, several significance as far as this place is concerned. And Dhanush Kodi, when you speak about it, there was a huge cyclone that hit Dhanush Kodi. It is now known as the ghost town, but still a very, very beautiful place. And the Prime Minister is there at Aditya Mune point, and we are putting out those visuals right now. And following this, the Prime Minister will be visiting the Kodandarameswamy temple, which is again just a few kilometers from the Aditya Mune point. And this temple also bears a lot of significance because it is believed that Lord Ram met Vibhishana for the first time there when he sought refuge. And some also believe that Vibhishana, his coronation also happened in this place. So that is the reason why the Prime Minister will be visiting the Kodandarameswamy temple. It's a very small temple, yet a very beautiful temple that the Prime Minister will be visiting. So it's quite fascinating to see the kind of places the Prime Minister has chosen to visit, the temples that he has chosen to visit, and the kind of programs that he has chosen to take part in. Because even yesterday when he was at the Ramaswamy temple, Ramanatha Swami temple in Rameshwaram, he took part in bhajans, in Ramayana parts, in different languages. Even when he was at the Srirangam temple in Trichy, he was listening to scholars reciting the Kamba Ramayana in Tamil. That again, anyone who heard those verses, it filled you with devotion and a lot of peace. And that's the kind of, programs that the Prime Minister is also attending, because he's fully devoting himself to Lord Ram ahead of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony in Ayodhya. Of course, the government sources have already said that the Prime Minister has been following a very rigorous, lifestyle in the last couple of days, and Anushtan, in the last couple of days. Even when he was visiting several other states, be it Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, along with his official duties, along with the official work that he was there to do, he also took out the time to visit some very important temples, Lord Ram temples, and other, very, very significant temples, just to offer his prayers, just to be part of the the rituals there. So that, of course, goes on to show the kind of devotion the Prime Minister is displaying ahead of the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. And even when he was there at Rameshwaram yesterday, the main significance of the temple there in Rameshwaram is anyone who comes there, any pilgrim who comes there, they undertake a holy bath. There are 22 Teerthas, 22 wells inside the temple. The first one is the Agni Teertham. So we saw the Prime Minister taking a holy dip in the sea. That is Agni Teertham. And then when you enter the temple, there are 22 other wells which has holy water. So you take a bucket of water and then you pour it on yourself. So that is considered to be an equivalent of penance, and that is the most important ritual in that temple. And the Prime Minister, of course, took all of that. We saw the visuals of the Prime Minister taking that holy dip in the Bay of Bengal, in the Agni Teertham, and then, of course, going inside the temple and taking a bath in, using that holy
and Shilpa,
water.
all of this is very important for the viewers who are still wondering that why is he there? What is the big deal that he went to Ramnath Swami Temple? For those who may not know, just to give you a background, Ramnath Swami Temple is the temple where, according to Hindu scriptures, according to Puranas, it's believed that that is where then King Ram had come to offer prayers to Lord Shiva before he head out to Lanka to rescue Ma Sita and the whole battle that followed. On his return again, properly there was a prayer that was organized by Ram and when they had returned with Ma Sita and Lakshman, they had again offered prayers. So Ramnath Swami Temple goes centuries back. It's one of the most historic, and in fact the manner in which Ramnath Swami Temple is built, its architecture in itself is considered a marvel. So there's an extreme historic importance. It's not just a coincidence that Prime Minister Modi is there. And at Dhanush Kodi right now, and as of course, as you must have understood with the name as well, that he's right now offering more prayers. This is the moment from where the battle had basically started, the preparations had started for it after the prayers at Ramnath Swami Temple. Then they had started to make the bridge and then crossed over, as is believed according to the scriptures. Tell us, what is the itinerary today, Shilpa? We see him at this point, at this location. This is the Arichal Munai point. What happens here on through the day? Till when is Prime Minister Modi there in Tamil Nadu?
Right now the Prime Minister is at Arichal Munai, and he's there, he'll be spending some time there, and after which he'll be visiting the Kodanda Swami Temple, where Lord Ram is seen with his bow. That is the avatar there, the deity there. As far as the temple is concerned, it is believed, like I pointed out earlier, it is believed that Lord Ram met Vibhishana for the first time there when Vibhishana sought refuge, and some also believe that Vibhishana's coronation also happened at that point. So that is the reason why the Prime Minister will be visiting that temple, and after which he will be heading towards Madurai, and from Madurai he will be taking a flight to New Delhi, because he needs to be in New Delhi. Tomorrow, of course, is the big Pran Pratishtha ceremony that has been scheduled in Ayodhya. So the Prime Minister will be leaving once these two visits are completed. But you were pointing out the significance of the Ramnath Swami Temple. I'll just take you through the significance of all the temples that the Prime Minister has visited as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. He, of course, started with the Shri Temple in Chittoor. Now, the Shri Temple, the deity there is Lord Vishnu. The Vishnu is seen in a reclining avatar at the Shri Temple, and it is believed that Lord Ram used to worship this image of Lord Vishnu, and his ancestors had also prayed to this form of Vishnu, and he had given this image to Vibhishana to take it to Lanka, but then it was placed installed at Shri Temple, and it's a huge temple. It's one of the biggest functioning temples in South India. It's a huge Vaishnava temple, of course, known for this grand architecture, the grand entrance doors, all the gopurams. There are around 21 beautiful gopurams. And we saw the Prime Minister also getting blessed by the temple elephant. The temple elephant even played a mouth organ when the Prime Minister was there. So all of that, the Prime Minister was getting fascinated by all these facets of the temple. And then, of course, he came to the Ramnath Swami Temple. Now, Ramnath Swami Temple in Rameshwaram, again, according to mythology, according to what is believed, many say that Lord Ram and Sita, after their battle in Lanka, they came here to pray to Lord Shiva to, sort of seek forgiveness for any sin that he may have committed during the war in Lanka against Ravana. And that is the reason why he had sent Lord Hanuman to the Himalayas to get the lingam, but because Lord Hanuman could not return at time, Sita, goddess Sita, created this lingam on her own using sand and using soil. And by the time Lord Hanuman also returned, so that lingam is also placed in the Ramnath Swami Temple, which is known as the Vishnu Lingam. So any pilgrim who comes to the temple first has to worship the Vishnu Lingam, and then there is, of course, the lingam created by goddess Sita and Lord Ram, which is inside the sanctum sanctorum. So that goes on to show the sort of connection these temples have with respect to Lord Ram, with respect to Ayodhya, with respect to Ramayana, and all of that. And again, Kodandara Swami temple that he's visiting right now, or he's about to visit, it is a place where Lord Ram is supposed to have met Vibhishana for the first time. He came for refuge, when he sought refuge. And the Arichal Munai point again is the Ram Setu point, from where it is believed that Lord Ram began the construction of the Setu bridge, the Ram Setu bridge, which he and his army used to cross.
So this is the point.
Lanka.
Shilpa is telling us this is the point from where the legendary Ram Setu bridge has started, and that's why one of the reasons you see Prime Minister Modi here. Remember, this holds significant historical historical importance. It's been a mythical bridge and said to have been constructed at this very spot. So this is a round of temple visits that Prime Minister Modi is getting himself involved in, ensuring that each important place associated as much as possible in these days, in the 11-day Anushthan, that he will be there tomorrow. It's going to be a moment for the books, for the legends. Remember, this is going to be the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, which Prime Minister Modi will be a part of. And there will be priests, Yajman, all of them there together ensuring the Pran Pratishtha is done. Prime Minister Modi taking an overview of this location, a location that goes back centuries, not decades, not years, centuries. And that's where Prime Minister Modi is. That's the significance of present-day Tamil Nadu with regard to Dhanushkodi, Arichal Munai point, from where Ram Setu is said to have been made, where then Ram moved and crossed over to Lanka to rescue Ma Sita. And then returned also to offer prayers to Lord Shiva to seek any sort of forgiveness for even having killed King Ravan. That's the kind of idealism that King Ram, Lord Ram had.